You'll
I
be
hope.
fine.
Yeah. We've got 2 cross-country
Enjoy
runners.
yourselves.
Both of them are cross-country runners.
We got cross-country runners in the front row.
And
Yes,
I
we
don't know
do.
how much time we have in this segment, but not enough. Let's introduce them. We got the 2 in front that just came
Yep,
in.
the 2 in front. We have Andrew right here. Andrew Kazmarczyk is here. And over to his right is Annalise Kaminsky. So these guys are both from our cross-country
Welcome.
team.
Did you guys
and girls.
run all the way here?
No.
Would have gotten faster than driving, I think.
Absolutely, absolutely. We want to thank you guys for coming down. I'm going to start with Annalise first. You're a junior. How long have you been running track?
Since freshman year.
And how did you decide to run cross country?
Well, my brother ran, so I figured it was just.
Your
You
brother
know.
ran cross country?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I was
Something
just.
that runs in the family?
Yeah.
Now, Annalise is also National Honor Society and the Z Club. Now, I know the Z Club is kind of a
It's a service
organization, right?
It's a
And
branch of Zonta International.
Zonta?
Zonta.
Never
yes.
heard of it.
It's a national service organization for young ladies.
And I think that's great. We only got 2 minutes in this segment. We're going to come back to you, Annalise. But are you thinking about what you'd like to do later on, going to school?
Yeah, I think I might want to major in occupational therapy or speech therapy.
Oh, cool.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
And not chemical engineering, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not about science
Okay.
that way.
Do you have any schools picked out?
No, I have no idea what
No
I want.
idea?
Got
Yeah,
an extra
okay.
year of water she's.
Well, hey, junior year is a
you got
big
an
year
extra
to pick
year.
out schools.
Absolutely.
Junior year is the big year, guys. Am I wrong?
It
You got to
is.
start junior year, pick them out.
Yep.
Sound like Mr. Smith.
Get on it. Okay. And our next guest, Andrew
Kazmarczyk.
Kazmarczyk.
Yeah.
You got it.
Got it.
Good job.
Right, that was an accident. Anyway, also is a cross-country runner, and we want to make sure we have enough time. We're going to interview both of them as soon as this segment's over. But Andrew, thanks for coming down. And you are a captain of the cross-country
Yes.
team, and you're a senior. Now, tell us where you like to go to school.
Well, I like to go to school for engineering, not chemical.
Not chemical. What kind?
Electrical.
Electrical.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm looking at colleges mainly on the East Coast, kind of close to home. I won't know until I get the letters back, but I've been applying to.
But you've been applying.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Did you start last year? No.
Applying? No.
No. I always thought that junior year was a big time. Okay, we only got 30 seconds left. What do you think? You brought us some great kids.
Well, we're very proud not only of these students, but of all of our students, and we're delighted to have them. Glad they could make it.
And we're going to come back with Andrew, Annalise, and Andrea, and
Alan?
Alan right after this. Hi, we're back on Youth and Sports, and we've got 2 new Spartans that came in. Annalise Kaminsky. Did I get that right?
You got it.
Wow. And you do, Andrew.
Andrew Kazmarczyk.
There he goes.
Yeah.
Welcome.
One's a senior, one's a junior. Anything you want to?
Tell me, I had a son that ran cross country at St. Mark's, Walter, my son Greg.
You had
so
a
I
son
wanted to
that
ask.
did everything at St. Mark's.
Well, I too, and they did different things. But my oldest, Greg, did cross country. Annalise, do you enjoy the training part of cross country?
Yes.
You do. You
Yes.
like to train.
Our coach is really good. He has a great training program put together that has all the girls peaking at the perfect time. So
What meets do you have coming up?
we have the Joe O'Neill invite this weekend, and then next weekend, or Friday, and then next Friday is Catholic conferences, and then counties and states. So.
Wow.
Now I got to ask both of you guys a question because we've had tons of runners on, including a couple of people that have run the Boston Marathon for like 25 years. And I asked them, I said, you get that endorphin high when you run, and do you have to run every day? Well, answer the first question. You get the
Yeah.
endorphin high when you run?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
Yeah. It's not every time that you run that you feel great. There's some days when you don't want to run.
Right.
But there are days when you feel really good and you don't even feel tired and you just feel like you could run 100 miles, and that's when you know that you're really in shape.
I never had that day.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the same. I feel the exact same way, Walter, because I see so many athletes in my office that are runners, and I still haven't figured out how they can do 20 miles, 25 miles, 30
Exactly.
miles.
Exactly. There was
And-
one guy here who was like 90 years old. He's running the Boston Marathon.
And the best is when they wonder why their body hurts.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think the endorphin reaches down to their knees and their feet. What about you, Annalise? You get a good feeling about running?
Yeah, for me, it comes when I have a good race. Like after a good race, I feel.
But do you have to, when you get up in the morning, you say, I got to run today? Do you?
I mean, I don't really know what I would do if I didn't run.
There you go.
It's like
Yeah.
There you
a part-
go.
It's like brushing
It's a
your
release.
teeth.
Yeah, it's
like
become part of our routine.
Now,
Yeah, it's
your
just-
two students in back of you are probably looking at you going,
Yeah, I'm
Never
not
got
exerci-
that.
Exercising.
Yeah, never got that. Never got that. But that's good, because look at you, you're both thin, looking good.
Yeah.
How far would you average run every day?
Average around 6-7 miles.
Every day?
Mhm.
Rain, snow?
Maybe a little less during the snow.
Maybe a
just to
little
get
less,
back
right.
inside. But when it gets closer to the big meets, we like to take down the miles.
Take
to
down the mile. Okay. What about you, Annalie?
like 5 to 6.
Unbelievable.
Well, tell everybody how you guys keep from having problems, because in running, almost everybody at some point has either back or hip or knee or ankle or foot, and there's always some kind of pain. How do you try? I mean, it's a lot of the setup of your program, because
Yeah, it's a lot of
tapering up and down is important.
It's a lot of making sure that you stretch and don't hurt yourself by trying too hard, by trying to run too many miles.
You're trying to run too many miles?
yeah,
5,
well,
6 in
good-
the mud?
Yeah.
But that's why your coach is very important in this,
Yeah.
because that progressing your mileage and the other thing is where you're running. Are you running on grass? Are you running on the street? Are you running and those things
where
all come
are
into
you
it.
running? Are you running on grass or you running on concrete?
We are fortunate enough to have a trail right by St. Mark's,
Okay.
part of the white clay system.
Okay.
So we usually run on the packed earth and the grass.
You too, Alan?
Yeah, or we go to Carousel Park.
Hansel Park, okay.
And that's
So
a
stones,
tough
rocks.
little
How many
course.
sets?
Hilly in there.
How many sets of sneakers do you go through in a year?
Probably 3 or 4.
What about you, Annalise?
Probably about the same.
Okay.
You're supposed to change them every 70
Does your coach
miles.
recommend what kind of shoes you wear,
I was gonna
or
say.
do you pick whatever you like?
He discourages us from like Nike Frees or Nikes in general, minimalist shoes. But it's kind of like whatever shoe works best for you. Like Brooks, Asics, some they are wider.
Did
some
you
are-
ever go
You
to
guys
a
go
running?
get fitted.
Yes.
So that's one of the biggest things is fitting the shoe, and there's places out there that can do that, and also is the modifications that you can put in your shoe, where a lot of people wear arch supports and things like that. So it's almost a science. You probably go to a running store and they
Yeah,
fit
and
you.
that's part of trying to not get injured, is running in the right shoes and making sure that what you're doing is right for you.
Did you ever go to a running clinic? Like you see these clinics and they say, well, we'll teach you A, how to run, and B, I've seen advertisements where they say we can make you run faster. I don't think they can do that. But maybe teach you how to run, so you don't hurt yourself.
Proper form.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the mechanics behind it.
Right.
Yeah, I've never been.
We've-
Never been. Always been natural. And
yeah.
you too, Annalise?
Yeah.
And
I've
your
never-
coach watches you and ever change anything about you?
No, I mean, he usually says if whatever works for you, that works for you, and you find your natural form and you stick with it.
And basically it's time. I mean, you either run this fast or
Yeah, everyone
that's
has
it. I mean, there's no conjecture like a diver, like, I'm going to give you an 8. No, you ran this fast and you
Well,
win.
here's one thing I always ask of cross-country runners, and I get lots of them and never have asked it, but is there something at the end of the race that you're just able to kick it in? I mean, we see it like in the Olympics, and we see people running or are you just pretty much spent?
Well, you're kind of like, I already worked this hard, so I might as well just kind of empty the tank, And then like the competitive edge kind of kicks in, and you're like,
Yeah.
you
The
know,
STP that you
I've
put
been
in is
behind you
gonna-
the whole race, and you're not going to
Annalise,
beat me.
what have been some of your best performances so far this year, would you say?
This year's been kind of rough. I was diagnosed with asthma, so I haven't really had any great races this year.
But you're still running.
Yeah,
What's your favorite course to run?
Bellevue. 'Cause
What's
it's
your
the
least
flattest.
favorite?
Brandywine.
Why?
But tell
Kaz?
everybody,
Because
because
it's
Yes.
the hilliest.
Hilliest.
you
okay.
say you haven't had great times, but go back to your freshman and sophomore year. You did pretty well in our state. Weren't you a state runner-up or
Yeah.
finalist
Division
in
I.
freshman year? Sophomore year?
Sophomore.
Yeah.
What about you, Andrew?
No state championships, but my fastest is a 17:57 5K, which is
And what about
Pretty good.
you run every day,
mhm.
and you
Well-
love. Are you going to continue running when you get into college?
Well, running's one of those things that you can do for the rest of your life, and so
Absolutely,
I'm probably
yeah.
not going to do it competitively. Just
But you're going to
because
do it for fun.
Yeah, I might just stay in shape and keep running. Maybe do a marathon or two.
Stress
What's your
reliever
favorite
during
course?
school?
Favorite 5K course? I really like White Clay,
And what's your least favorite?
Brandywine.
Everybody doesn't like Brandywine.
Brandywine is the
Those are tough.
yeah, the elevation
Maintenance Hill, right?
difference.
Maintenance Hill.
Yeah.
I'm going to
And
ask
Elise-
all four of you this. If I'm sure each one of you is going to be very successful in life and you're going to have a lot of money, would you give a big donation to St. Mark's down the road
Absolutely.
Yeah.
for your high school
course.
experience?
Yes.
I think that says a lot. If they would, you know.
Well, it's part, we talked about the community service element,
Right.
the idea of wanting to do things to help others, wanting to give back. So that's great. We'll
It's
look
also-
forward to seeing you guys in a couple years.
But it's also nice to
Yeah,
see
they will.
that-
You'll get that phone call, I guarantee it. The green jacket will be on you.
But it's also good to hear that from the young kids because it tells me that St. Mark's is giving them what they need in their education, in their sports, in their community involvement. Because
And their social life.
I'm a St. Elizabeth's grad, and I wouldn't think a day without donating to St. Elizabeth's because of what they did for me to get me into college, and they've always been with me, and they still ask. They ask my parents all the time, how's Joe doing? So the community in St. Mark's and St. Elizabeth's and Sally's is great. It keeps going, and you see people from 20 years ago are still at the games.
Well, one of the things that I always heard, and I've read it countless times, and I don't know if you have either, but it said that the friends you make in high school are more important and will stay with you longer than the friends you make in college. When I heard that, I thought, then I thought about it. And I
Well,
thought,
especially in Delaware water, because I think a lot of people come back.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think a lot of people
Yeah.
stay in the area, and they may go to college away, and then they come home because of family.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we've seen a lot of young people tonight say they want to stay close. I guess you still don't want to do laundry, huh? You're going to send that laundry home. But the fact that you've done so well, you got to attribute, to your parents, and the fact that they took you to a wonderful school, stood behind you, supported you, drove you around when you were younger to get to where you were until you finally. In Delaware, everybody at 16 automatically a car flies down from the sky,
Of course.
and you get one. I remember my son telling me, "I gotta have a car. Everybody has a car." I said, "Well," and he got a car, because you think about that. Everybody's got a car. But you guys have a car?
I do.
I do.
Yeah. I rest.
I got a question for you guys. Where did you go to grade school? Kaz, where are you grade school kid?
I went to independent school.
Independent school?
Yeah.
Okay, Annalise?
Immaculate Conception.
ICS in Elton? Okay, Andrea?
St. John the Beloved.
Ah, St. John's.
St. John the Beloved.
St. John's.
Everybody is
You guys
religious.
didn't get away from each
No.
other.
No.
Everybody is religious. Everybody
That's
is
great.
religious. All these saints and beloved.
You gotta love it.
I mean, I'm from
Well-
New York. I can't take it.
Especially to you two in the front. What is
You
something?
two in the front.
Well, because they'll probably be off on the next our next segment, and I wanted to ask, what is something out there? Because I try to promote the Catholic schools. I'm a St. E's kid. I want to see enrollment go back up. But what is one thing that you got from St. Mark's that you can tell people, hey, this is something special, that St. Mark's is important, and encourage some parents to send their kids to Catholic schools?
I'll tell you what they got. Religion on the grade point average. Is that correct?
That's true.
Does that help?
Is that what?
Does that help your grade point average?
No.
Huh.
It's just something else you got to memorize, right?
It's like extra, isn't it?
I mean, but
Yeah, everybody
you're all
takes 4
obviously
years of-
religious. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, everybody go to church
Yes.
Yes.
every week?
Yes.
Yes.
My mom's the organist. I can't really get away from it. So.
So, Kaz, what does St. Mark's taught you, would you say?
Well,
one thing.
I went to Independence, and that's not a Catholic school
Right.
like the other ones. And so coming to St. Mark's, where I was suddenly like, we prayed before every class, and we prayed before meals, pray after lunch, and I felt like closer to all of the students and like closer to God, and really brought
camaraderie.
it brought everyone together.
That's a good thing. I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Annalise?
I think St. Mark's has definitely strengthened my faith because you kind of like see it every day when you're just walking through the hallways, and when they say like this is home, they actually, you know, it is like a home, like it's, you know, it's a home.
This is home. That's our motto. This is home.
This is home.
And for the
I like
kids, it is home.
I like
Yeah.
it. Well, obviously it made an impression, and certainly in a cynical world, you need something, and religion's something that you certainly can hang on to, if that's what you believe in. We're going to go back to a break. We're going to come to our last segment. We're going to bring Nicole and
Samantha.
back, and we're going to say goodbye to Annalise and Andrew, and thank them for coming tonight.
Thank you.
And
you.
Good luck in your college education.
Mhm.
Another engineer.
Yeah.
At least we got a doctor. And we're going to be right back right after this.